Hello YouTube, I am back again on my third take of this video because silly shenanigans, as our podcast would say, keeps popping up and getting in the way and ruining my recordings. So, yeah, take three. I'm back again with the September manga anime haul, as it is the last day of September, and hopefully I'll get this uploaded the same day I'm recording this, but if not, not much we can do. But yeah, so I'm going to start off with a little, not so much a rant, but a mini rant. As a lot of people know about Viz and their copyright strikes, it does sound like they're rolling back the strikes or they aren't contesting them, so um, I feel less bad if I do show some Viz. I know it's boycott Viz. I only got 3 volumes. 2 were pre-ordered before this month, and one was, well, one I can explain more in detail when I show it about why I don't think it's so much linked to Shueisha, so it shouldn't have a problem being shown if we're trying to boycott. And I think the boycott also is starting to fall off. I'm also boycotting to me is kind of iffy because like that hurts the mangaka too, and they shouldn't be punished for Shueisha's fuckery because like yeah, a lot of manga only gets around to word of mouth and stuff, and if we're not talking about it because we're trying to boycott Shueisha, it might just kind of fall off and people might forget about it, and then it doesn't finish, or, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I'll show the first one. I got the Ruby Mirror Mirror Volume 2 Anthology, and this is the one I kind of mentioned I don't think is Shueisha related as much, so it wouldn't be as much of an issue to show because this is licensed directly through Viz, I believe, because it is North American. So I believe it'd go through Viz first, and then Shueisha would be the one licensing what's happening in Japan, but it's actually under Viz, who weren't the ones doing it, it was Shueisha, so I think this is very much not going to break that sort of boycott, because Viz themselves said they didn't know why it was happening, like, it's their parent company, but yeah, it's a fun anthology. I love Ruby so much. It's one of the few volumes I bought at full price this month, and just because I absolutely love Ruby and wanted it as soon as possible. So, yeah, that's the first Viz volume, which is, again, I said I don't think it goes through Shueisha. I could be wrong, though. The licensing probably originally does to get the artists, but, like, it's more of a Viz project, so the other two I have, I'll briefly show but not get too into, because again, people want to boycott them. I bought these beforehand, so I got, out of all the stuff you're going to see, only 3 Viz volumes, which is pretty low. Usually I'd buy more, but again, I was trying to boycott these ones. Were just pre-orders that came in before, or I had ordered beforehand, so I'll at least give a brief glimpse. I got Demon Slayer Volume 2. Decent shonen. That's pretty much all it is. It's nothing new or exciting, but it's still fun. I've read most of the online scans, and I want to buy it to catch up because I do enjoy it. But yeah, I'm, again, not going to get too much into the Viz stuff. And then the last one is Volume 4 of Children of the Whales, which this is one of the ones I think that would be heard a lot by people not talking about it because it's flown largely under the radar, partly because Netflix with the anime adaptation, you know, it came out months later, so no one saw it. And then just, it's very much a more emotional manga. It focuses a lot on emotions and stuff. It's kind of more like a heavy seinen than it is a shonen at times, so I think a lot of people just don't give it a chance because of that. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It's super, super good, super intriguing world, and I do think this is one that if we don't talk about, it would probably hurt it more than other series like Demon Slayer, where I just pass by. So I do want people to at least check out Children of the Whales, but that's the only Viz. And I know, boycott Viz, don't show any. Well, too late. But again, I wouldn't have shown any but the Mirror Mirror, but they did, from what I understand, they weren't contesting most of their copyright strikes. So since they're kind of not contesting them and they're letting them go back and kind of clear up, I figured it was a bit. I felt a bit better about actually showing those. So after that, I'll just get into the other stuff I got, uh, and I'll show, I guess, the stuff I bought full price first, because uh, the Mirror was one volume, and this is the other volume I bought full price, which is Laid Back Camp. I just finished reading the first two, and I was like, I need more. I absolutely need more, so I just bought it, because I was at the bookstore, like, the same day, and I love the art style of this. I love how, like, cute and comfy it is, and the characters are all fun, but, especially the art style again, it's very, very good for a slice of life. Usually they're good, but it's like highly detailed backgrounds and stuff. And it's all digital. I love the way shading is done. Like even this background here, my camera doesn't pick it up. I was trying earlier on the other take that failed. But for the shading, it's all just black lines straight down, as if it was like drawn in. And that effect is in a lot of places, like night sky, night scenery stuff where it's dark. Um, and it's so perfectly spaced. You can tell it's digital done, but it's done like for all the shading, like here as well along the side of this meat bun and stuff on the back of this phone. There are like screen tones as well, but usually for shadows it does it. Oh, you can kind of see it. The camera's kind of picking up, but yeah, it's a really neat effect that I haven't seen in anything else, and I think it works really well with the series, and it's just really fun. Camping adventures, laid back, you know. Sometimes you just gotta comf up. You just gotta get comfy, you know. So, lovely series. I can't wait for the next volume. And then next one I got, Yomushi Pedal Volume 9. I'm still catching up on the manga a bit. I haven't read up to this one yet, but I've watched all the anime, and I adore this series. I love these oversized because it showcases the artwork so much more, and you can really feel like the intensity in all the different panels, and the artwork's just amazing in this series. So I love that they went with a larger size volume so you could really get the full taste of it. I don't enjoy the 2-in-1s as much. They do save me money, especially when I can get them on sale. Like I got this one. Like everything here is like 40% off basically, which is why I bought so much. But yeah, if it was maybe a bit better of a 2-in-1 where the back wasn't already concaving on some volumes, it wouldn't be as bad. But yeah, fantastic sports manga. That's my sports manga of choice. I know everyone has their own, but yeah. Next up is Please Tell Me Gelko-chan. I think everything else in this pile I got 40% off just for a heads up, so you know I bought everything on sale. That's why there's so much. Normally I'm trying to cut back, but I was like, I got all this sale stuff, let's go. But yeah, so Please Tell Me Gelko-chan is like sort of more. It's not so much adult, because it's like people are like, it's got adult themes. They talk about like sex and stuff, and they're high schoolers. But it's like when I was a high schooler, that's when we were first learning that stuff and talking about it. So it's, I find it a very realistic portrayal of high school students. You can kind of see I'm partly into this volume as it is. I love the art. I love the fact that it's all like kind of drawn in as if it was done by like pencil crayons, or in some cases ballpoint pens, and it's just very pretty. There's been more and more color each volume, which is neat too, and it's just very, very pretty. It does run a higher price because it's full volume, but yeah, if you like slice of life stuff and just like sort of gaggy, even though it's not super gag heavy, short storyline stuff, this is probably a series for you. Just be aware again, it does cover some more mature themes, but it is very good about what it does, and it is very nice and fun. And I don't think it's getting another volume until sometime in 2019, so there's only 4 volumes to catch up on now, though, because it is the oversized and it is full color. These do run into the $17 range, Canadian, which most Gen Press volumes do now too, so that's not even overpriced anymore. It used to be in the more expensive range, but now all the manga is moving up and becoming more expensive. Like, it's the same price as that Eurocamp volume, and that's kind of painful on the wallet. Next up here we got Complex Age, Volumes 1 and 2. I really enjoy this series. It was a different change of pace. It's a seinen about a cosplayer who has reached her sort of early 20s, mid 20s, and it deals with a lot of stuff cosplayers go through, especially adult cosplayers, dealing with how work's going to see it if they know you cosplay, because people don't understand it, people who think it's childish and don't understand it, people that constantly try to take creeper shots, people like that kind of stuff. It's very realistic. It's also from a Japanese culture point of view, so it's different in that way too, and interesting to see the differences. Like the main character right away has like some fit about someone cosplaying a character and not like doing a pose that that character wouldn't do, and she comes across as kind of a piece of shit, but thinking about it, it's like maybe that's more normal in that culture. Like I don't know. I'm not from Japan, I haven't been there, I don't know what the culture's like as much, so I have to kind of take stuff at face value, where she comes across as a piece of shit to me. None of the other characters really treat her like, hey, that was uncalled for. It's like the one girl who she screams at is crying, yeah, and bad, but all the other people just seem to go with it, so it's like, is that normal? I don't know. I can't judge the character on it as much, though, but, coming from the North American cosplay scene where, there's been a lot of issues with that and with elitism and people trying to be like, hey, let's kind of stop being so elitist. Let's try to like let everyone have fun. Like you don't have to be die hard for this hobby. Not everyone's into it as much as you are. Everyone has their own price points, their own amount of time to actually put into making costumes and having fun. So we shouldn't judge people as much on that. It was interesting too, though. Some of the other characters right away commission the main character to make them costumes to do photo shoots with, and that's something that in North America seems to be not as big. Like you don't really see people do commissions for costumes as much, and a lot of people like look down on people who buy costumes instead of make their own here, which is again, it's something that to me that seems different. Like the critiquing the very harsh, over the top elitism. So it's my own personal circles, of course, that I've seen. It could exist to the same degree in our North American cosplay scenes, and I just haven't seen it because I'm not as into it. But it's a fantastic series and very interesting look at like the hobby and personalities and type of people do it, and the different difficulties struggling with it as you reach like middle age, which of course I am. So, although I don't cosplay myself, it is I think anyone who's into fandom in, like, once they become an adult, this is a good series for you. You'd enjoy it, even if you don't cosplay yourself. There's a lot of stuff that sort of overlaps with other parts of fandom, like fanfic writing, or even doing, like, a manga YouTube video channel like this. So, yeah, I would highly recommend this for anyone, even kids, because, like, it's a great series, but it does deal with some adult stuff again. It is a seinen, so it's not going to be super happy-go-lucky all the time. There is a lot of sort of struggling, but yeah, it's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I bought the next 4 volumes. They're coming. They are in the mail, so they'll show up next month for that video. Next up, I got Chrono Crusade Volume 4. This book is actually in pretty good condition outside the sticker the store put on there, so I'm going to have to get that off. But I love this series. I loved it as a kid. I got the Blu-ray DVD box set mix thing, the save one. I don't remember if it's got Blu-ray or not, but I have it signed by Greg Ayres, who voices Krona in the dub, and I just really like this series as a kid, so it's nice for me to be revisiting. Forever ago, I got that bundle that has all the odd volumes, so I'm slowly filling in the evens. I'm just missing 6 and 8 now to finish the collection, but this one lets me read up to volume 5, so I'm finally getting through it. But yeah, I love this series, and I can't wait to finish it. That's probably going to be a focus next month, is just getting the last 2 volumes, because I plan to buy a lot less next month, besides the stuff that's coming in on pre-orders. I'm saving up now for a white set coming out, and some premium box sets from Sentai, which I'm really upset. They announced Land of the Lustrous is getting a steelbook release, but it's not getting a premium box set, and that to me is that's a ripoff. So I don't know, maybe they'll announce one in a few days or so, but I don't think they will. Girls Last Tour is getting a premium box set though, so I'll probably pick that up, but that's not till January. The November one, well, October, so next month is Made in Abyss, and November is the Kaon one, which is like 2 seasons in a movie, so it's expensive, and the Princess Principles. So that's gonna be a chunk of my money. Next up, I got all of these for 40% off as well. I'm finally getting more volumes of Arpeggio Blue Steel. I've been meaning to forever. They've started going out of print. The store only had up to volume 5, so I only got up to volume 5. But we got 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this series is surprisingly a lot of fun. I mean, not so much surprisingly, but the way it's fun. There's a lot of political maneuvering, which is really fun, which wasn't what I was expecting out of this. There's a lot of combat-oriented tactics focus, even though there is some of the over-the-top, like, ship girls are magic. It's like they haven't been the biggest force. Like, there is a lot of stuff with, like, the different governments trying to be, they want the glory for taking it down. They want to be the ones to do it because then the world owes them stuff. So it's like playing a lot into like these politics and stuff. And even when it's like, well, our world's in trouble, there's this alien army that's like after us, basically. Not really aliens, but it's like we're still gonna be assholes and just not work together properly, even within our own country. So it's been fun. It's been a lot. It's been very interesting. I am looking forward to seeing where it goes. And yeah, they didn't have volume 6, but they have everything after, and these were all 40% off as well. But I was like, I don't want to just miss 6, so I'm gonna find 6 elsewhere and then try to buy the rest. I think it's up to volume 14 now, so yeah, I'm gonna try to catch up on this series because I'm having a ton of fun with it. I actually binged through these real fast when I got them. They were super fun, so I'm very curious to see where it all goes, and that's one of the ones I'm really looking forward to getting more into. I also got volumes 8, 9, and 10 of Pandora and the Crimson Shell, the canonical prequel to Ghost in the Shell, which is still ridiculous to me. I really love this series. It's just dumb fun. There's nothing more to it than that. These volumes catch me up and also get me past where it is in the anime, where the anime ends. So it started getting into the next arc, which I believe is the last arc, because Shiro Masamune in, I think, volume 10 at the end says like, oh, there'll probably only be like 5 more volumes. So judging how long the first arc went, the last arc's probably gonna go up until then. And yeah, it's dumb fun, and it's real gay and sci-fi, and that's like all the stuff I want, all combined, so I love it. And yeah, I'll definitely be continuing to pick these up. Also, I love the little detail here. They're like jacks. I don't know if you can see this, but like for like entering the internet or whatever, these jacks, they're basically just what you'd use for like a guitar amp. Like literally, that's exactly what it looks like, and I love that. It's just like random everyday mechanical pieces mixed in the aesthetic. Like this just looks like a regular like 3-prong plug and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really dumb. It's super gay. Though there is a lot of fan service, so watch out for that if you have issues with that. But I also got the Blu-ray for it because, again, I love the show. I think it's really dumb and fun. And it's just fun to like sit back and watch some gay robot girls do cool stuff. Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of this series, and I'm glad to finally be caught up, and I can't wait to eventually finish it one day. Eventually. So I've got 2 more stacks of books here, and these I got super cheap. Like that normally would be all I bought, and that was all 40% off, so that's like, oh, that's good, you know. That's very good. 40% off for all of that except Eurocamp and Mirror Mirror, the Ruby Anthology. Great. That's amazing. That's, you know, saved money. No. The money I saved went to more books, because I got even better deals. So I got Cowgirl Days 1 and 2. I got these from a trip to a bookstore, and I'll kind of just show everything I got from that trip to the bookstore. I'll tell you, I only spent 21 bucks at that bookstore, so if you want to try to figure out how much it was. Oh no, it's 27, sorry. I think, wait. It's 25 bucks. But yeah, I used to have these in my collection, and there's one point where I was like, I'm gonna get out of collecting manga. It was so dumb, and I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I traded it off for other stuff of equivalent value, so I wasn't really scammed. But I like this series, and I miss it. It's like, I want it again. I want to actually read it all. So I found these at the bookstore, $3 each. Yeah, $3. These, well, the first two I think were about 15 on release. They came out before the price jumped to like 17. So that's not so bad, but that's like, since I traded them off for like equivalent value stuff, it's like saved 11 bucks. I got rid of them, got my money back in other ways, and then got them back for only $3. That's a great deal. I did have the first 4 though, so I do have to get the other 2 and then everything past there, but glad to be getting back into it. I want to get into the light novels too. I don't know why I thought I'd get out of manga collecting. It was like right before I started going way harder and I like got rid of a bunch. I was like, I regret that. Let's just go back into it twice as hard, and there's a bunch of stuff I don't have anymore that I wish I did. But that how it be sometimes. Oh wait, I said I'd leave them out so you could see everything from this. So yeah, I'll just put stuff over the top. So next up I got I Am a Hero Omnibus 1. They had the first omnibus, so I was like, I'm not super into zombies, but I guess for how cheap it is, it'll be a good starting point. So I just want to point out, this is 26 bucks on the back. This volume new, and this is basically a new condition. All of these are basically brand new condition. This would have cost more than how much I paid for all of these manga you're about to see. So yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, but I'm curious. People say it's amazing, so I'll check it out. If I really like it, I'll keep buying it, and yeah. So that was neat. I got this for $4. That's $4. So this is $10 so far. That's it. And then the last stuff I got from there, we got Ajin Volume 1, Ajin Volume 2, Ajin Volume 3, Volume 4, and then there were missing 5, so I only got 6. So that's 5 volumes of Ajin at $3 each. So that's another 15. So yeah, 25 bucks altogether. And I haven't gotten to read this yet either, but I've seen some of the anime, and it was really neat, really cool, and I really can't wait to get into it. Super excited. I've wanted to get into Ajin forever, so to find it at that price in pretty much new condition again, like, that's super exciting to me. So I'm super excited to get into this. I never realized, because I only seen the anime, a lot of the manga has a very old school art style. It reminds me of stuff like Akira, the art style, which is really neat, and I really like it. So yeah, so I got all of these. Where did I put the I Am a Hero font? Oh, it's here. I'm dumb. From the side, it actually looks like 2 volumes because it's a 2-in-1 omnibus, but you can see like the divide where the 2 volumes change in the middle. So just looking at the side, I'm like, that's 2 volumes, right? No, that was just the omnibus. So all in all, I got 8 volumes for 25 bucks, one being a 2-in-1, so 9 volumes for 25 bucks basically. And again, this new would be more than all these books, so this was a super good deal, and it was just a random bookstore, used bookstore, that specialized. They had a lot of comics as well, and old comics, so I wonder if I want to get into comics, I guess that's where to go, but they only really had old stuff, not so much new, and their manga section was actually really small. The fact that I found this much stuff I wanted was a surprise, because it was mostly old, like, BL and stuff, and it was like volume 3 of this series, volume 7 of this, or whatever. Like, they didn't really have any coherent stuff. They did have Dead Man Wonderland, though. They had the complete series for like 50 bucks. I contemplated buying it, but I remember not being a huge fan of the anime, though I've heard the manga's better. And again, I was trying to not spend as much money, so I didn't buy it, but might go back, see if it's still there, and buy it. And they also had One Punch Man volumes, but those were still around like $8 each, so wasn't quite as much a deal. These next books, so that was all that trip. This pile is all from a charity bookstore bookstore I went to on Thursday. I just picked out whatever is left because people like I had to wait till after work to go, so I was there at like 6 p.m. and I talked to one of the people and they're like, yeah, people are lined up at 7 a.m. specifically for the graphic novels and manga, so good luck finding anything left. And it's like, oh. But I actually found some stuff, so it's definitely more used, not as in good condition as the stuff in the bookstore, but I got volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Haruhi Suzumiya, which I believe there's 20 overall, so this is kind of investing me into that now, I guess, but it's an old classic, of course, like, especially for anime, so I wanted to get into the Nagato Yuki series for a while, and I was like, I may as well start with the beginning, you know? I got these each for $3 again. They're not in as good condition, but still, $3 each is pretty darn cheap for manga, even used, so we got all of those. And then I got this random volume. It's only one volume because it was discontinued, but it's from the creator of DN Angel. It's called Lagoon Engine Einsatz. Apparently it was dropped after one volume, so I don't know how good it is, but it's an all-in-one volume. I figured it's weird, it's different, why not just pick it up? Again, it was only $3, so yeah, I grabbed that as well. So I'll go through it, see how it is. And then the one other thing, because besides that, there was not really any good series. A lot of the volumes were in really bad condition, but there was this one series that was still in decent condition, and I realized they had all of the volumes for it there. So I figured, I guess I'll just pick it all up. We'll see how it is. I have no idea anything about this series, but it's like, again, $3 per volume, so it's only like 21 for the whole series because there's 7 volumes. But it was Kami-chama Karen, which I've heard the name before. I've recognized the name, but I don't really know much about it. I think it's a shoujo comedy. I love the art on the back. That's just weird, but yeah, it's like just a super cute looking, what I would guess is shoujo, and it's Tokyo Pop, so it's out of print for a while, of course. But so they had all 7 volumes, again, not in the best condition, but for $3, it's like, eh. Especially since I don't know how it is, I can just get rid of it if I want it later. Oh yeah, it's by the creator of Pita 10, which I also recognize the name of. But yeah, exciting last volume of Kami-chama Karen. So this should be the full series. Don't really know anything about it, but I'll check out, at least read through it. If I don't like it, I can trade it off or sell it off. So I think altogether this was 12 volumes for about $40, which is still about $3 per volume, which is still a super good deal, and that's Canadian again too. So yeah, and all that money went to charity too, so I kind of broke my, I'm not going to buy a series I don't know about, and I bought 2 because it was for charity. Like, let me see here. It's Children's Hospital Book Market. The money's going to a children's hospital, so like, yeah, I don't mind at all. Ooh, they're doing them twice a year next year. Neat. That's good for me. I'll get to check them out twice, though. Instead of going on a Thursday, because it's the first day, and I'm like, oh, they save boxes of stuff to put out each day to replenish the stuff that's being sold, so I'll probably go on the weekend where it's super busy, but try to go at opening to get to the graphic novels that I put out that day, because going after work, there was really not anything left. Well, I say that, but there's all this left, so that's actually a pretty decent amount left, but it was like, the fact that I could pull this out there was still pretty surprising and amazing. But yeah, so that's the last of the manga I got. I've got 2 more things to show, though. Let me just clear this off. Again, I got some really good deals, and that's partly why I went over and bought way more than I planned to, because that bookstore trip and the charity sale got me a ton of stuff. So this is the one other thing I paid full price for. Probably, I paid slightly more than full price because of shipping, but we got the GA Art Design Works Core Curriculum Art Book. It's the Toko Kiyuduki. I actually loved the anime for this series forever ago. I just came across this on eBay and I was like, oh, I want that. That looks like it's going to be real pretty. And it definitely is pretty. This is also the creator of Shoulder of Coffin Crow, which some of those volumes are getting hard to find, and I want to find them. Look, there we go. There's Crow. Makes a little. I can't read this part, but there's a ton of like design artwork stuff in this section, like character design stuff. Which, although I can't read the reading portions, it's very pretty. It's very, very pretty. I love art books. I want to buy more. I'll probably try to buy at least an art book a month, maybe. But yeah, it's just a lot of pretty art. And again, it's for a series I really enjoyed. I actually bought a ton of the manga, but it didn't arrive in time. Because it's also going out of print, and I got it all on sale, but I didn't get all the volumes. I got maybe half, so I have to go hunt down the other half still. But I really, really, it's a fun slice of life, and this book is gorgeous. I love the anime. It was super fun, and I'm trying to get the actual manga for this and for Shoulder of Coffin Crow, which again, they're like from 2008. They're going out of print. They're kind of hard to find, so I'm trying to get them while I can, and hopefully not miss out on that. J. Gaitsukuba, I pronounced that wrong, but GA Art Design Works, the manga, I believe is only 7 volumes, and I think I found 3 or 4 of them, and then Shoulder of Coffin Crow is still ongoing, and I only managed to snag the first volume, but yeah. So there's that, and then the last thing I got was the Dimension W Blu-ray. This is the limited edition box set, so it's the nice hard box that doesn't want to open. Yeah, I really enjoyed this series. A lot of people weren't super happy about the ending, which I understand. It was kind of cheesy, but it's still a lot of fun, and it's one of those fun sci-fi series, and I love sci-fi, so I'm trying to get more of the manga again. I haven't bought any in a while. Not in a long while, actually, and I was trying to get back into the manga, and I found this on sale. It's the limited edition, like, box set thing from Funimation, and it was like $35, so again, it was over 40% off, so it's like, yeah, I'll get it. I'm a big fan of the series. May as well, you know, so yeah, I actually got some decent amount of sci-fi stuff this haul, and I've been meaning to get more sci-fi for a while, so like all of the Pandora and the Crimson Shell, Dimension W, Arpeggio Blue Steel, Kagero Days is sort of sci-fi-ish, depending if it follows the anime or not. Is there anything else? Ajin's sort of sci-fi. Sort of. Depends. But yeah, it was a lot of cool stuff. Found a lot of neat sales and neat stuff I wouldn't regularly buy because of the sales, so I mean, I'm really excited to get into all of this, and yeah, hopefully there was something you saw that you thought was interesting. Based on any of this, if there's anything you would like to recommend me, please do so. I'm still looking for more sci-fi series and more sort of adult seinen series, because I don't have too many of them, stuff like Complex Age, and yeah, just anything in general if you think I'd enjoy it, because I definitely want to find more manga. I want to increase my collection, get some real series, like real good series I absolutely love, which I love most of the series I have, but you know, it's not too often you find something that absolutely completely enraptures you, kind of like Ruby did for me, so I'm always on the lookout for new and cool stuff to try out. So if you have anything you want to recommend, please do so. And yeah, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, or whatever, you know, the usual YouTube stuff people say. If you check out the links below, I do share this channel with Lastly, and we have a Discord for our anime podcast that's also on this channel. So if you're interested in that at all, please check out. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you all next month. Hopefully, I wouldn't mind getting the same amount if I can keep up finding good sales like this, but I doubt it, so it'll probably be a lot less. I say that again, but I'll hopefully have some cool stuff, like, oh, it's at the end of the month. I don't know if the Made in Abyss box set will deliver on time or not. We can hope, though. Yeah, so hopefully I'll have some real neat, cool stuff next month for you to see as well. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Take care.